What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Good, The Bad and The Stupid. It's Tuesday the 18th of February. It's a podcast, it's videos and it's mini videos. If you haven't seen the YouTube channel, check it out. There's mini videos of every podcast broken down every episode the day afterwards. So if there's anything you like during the podcast, share it with your friends. Or don't, I don't care. I do really, I'm just being modest. But we're going to start with the big news of the day. Somebody's made a porn version of Sonic the Hedgehog, because that's what you do whenever there's a Hollywood blockbuster comes out or Hollywood film. They make a porn version of it, don't they? They did it with Shaving Ryan's Privates, didn't they? Or was that a joke? I'm sure they did. And loads of other films. There's always a porn version, sort of cheesy porn version waiting to be made. And it's called Sonic the Vag-Hog. I was thinking, what could they have called that? Because I've got no idea how you could pawn up that title. But they managed with Sonic the Vag-Hog. It's very loose. I mean, it's not really that fucking dirty, is it? But I was trying to think, what is it? Probably just somebody with blue pubic hair, and that's it. That's the only reference to Sonic the Hedgehog, with two little stick-on eyes. Apart from that, it's business as usual with some porn music just playing in the background, 1970s style. You can't have a porn film without 1970s style porn music. That's just wrong. So yeah, probably more to come from that franchise if it does well. Maybe there'll be a Pac-Man. I don't know about that one. Maybe a Donkey Kong. That'd be a good one. Or would it? I don't know. It'd have to be referencing a male with a big dick and not a donkey with a big dick. I don't think that one would fly these days. That one could stay in the 70s with the under the counter films that used to be of a darker sexual appetite, let's say. Speaking of weird shit and weirdos, misfits and weirdos. That was what the Tories were advertising for their to come on board in the Conservative Party. Misfits and weirdos. Well, ask and you shall receive. Be careful what you ask for. And they basically employed a guy. I've ripped his name off here. I've just tore the page out, so I don't know what his name is now. So he's got a bit of a pass there. But what is it? He calls himself a super forecaster, and they've employed him because he apparently is good at forecasting, I guess. But he's basically got a load of dodgy things that he said on his social media and stuff like that, and he almost, reading some of it, it's almost fucking like ideological. You couldn't imagine anybody look like him being in power trying to enforce these kind of situations on the fucking public. What was the first one? What was the one here says enforced contraception for all girls at the start of puberty could stop unplanned pregnancies, creating an underclass. So it's kind of social cleansing or social fucking control there he's trying to come out with. Also, he said that black people are less intelligent than white people. It is stated that they have lower IQs, and also that giving children the powerful drug modafinil used to treat sleepiness, but claimed to some to increase intelligence, is probably worth a dead kid once a year. So again, social fucking trying to create some kind of intelligent monsters there, and fucking weirdo, He'd be fucking doing well in the Nazi camp. I don't know about in the Conservative Party, but or are they fucking very closely aligned? I mean, right, they're to the right. They're on the right hand. They're on the right side. Let's say. But anyway, he's been given the sack. Or has he been given the sack, or has he walked? He's sacked himself. He's started drawing a lot of heat. If I was him, I'd fucking delete his account and do one, because people are actually saying that he'd probably get a load of fucking high fives, I imagine, from some people. But yeah, I think he's talked himself out of a job with some of that shit. How the fuck, in this day and age, do people not check the background of people? You've got to check your background for most jobs of that kind of importance, and he was just given free rein to sort of talk a right load of shit in his past, and he's like, yeah, we'll take you, you're good. There you go. It just goes to show the how easy it is to infiltrate the dumbasses in the at the top of the tree. So there's probably more like him. But they're probably keeping a bit quiet now who believe that sort of shit. But they'll be like, hang on, I think I'll be, I'll speak in whispers to the ones who I know are on my level. Was it a Tesla car? A Tesla car saved 2 families during the storms by braking for them when the trees fell down, and the trees came down. So it must have had sensors that come as the tree was to come, and the car did a fucking sudden brake and saved it smashing through their windscreen and whatever. That's pretty good. I wonder if they've got any situation on there but can keep middle lane drivers out of the middle lane and maybe down the embankment and off into the fucking ravine or something or other for not getting out of the middle lane. At least, if you're stuck in the middle lane and you're not fucking moving, because that's the main cause for you. If you're watching and you're a middle lane driver and you're sitting there shitting yourself in the middle lane, too scared to change because you're going to have to do it again in 5 minutes time, remember this: you're causing all the traffic fucking all the way back. So and everybody has to go around you, and you're a pain in the arse. Everybody hates you, basically. Everybody hates you. So maybe they should make one of those cars that forces them to take, or forces them the opposite direction unless they go that way. So you can choose get in the left-hand lane or fucking crash into the barrier. It's a fair choice or whatnot. I'm being facetious, but get the fuck out the middle lane. You've put hours on my journey, you have. Drives me mental. I saw Room 101 once, Frank Skinner's programme, and middle lane drivers, somebody mentioned it and they didn't go into the Room 101. That should have been fucking dropped into Room 101 first off as soon. Don't even listen to the other 2, just chuck that one in. And name and shame all the people that did it. Apparently, I thought they were going to be fining people for doing it, but I don't know if they have yet. But anyway, getting the snip could become the law in the American state of Alabama. They basically could be ordering men to get a vasectomy when they turn 50 or they've had 3 children. It's a response to Alabama's abortion ban, which was recently blocked by a federal judge. So if the sterilisation decree is passed, it would join a long list of other strange statutes from the other side of the pond. And here's some of them. In Arizona, apparently these are true. You'd have to check them, but in Arizona it's strictly forbidden to allow donkeys to sleep in bathtubs after 7 o'clock. That's got to be bollocks, isn't it? I mean, what's the other one? Florida, it's illegal to pass wind in a public place after 6 p.m. on a Thursday. It's also a crime to tie up an elephant at a parking meter without paying for it. I think they're on drugs in this country. These are the politicians you want. The politicians who are just making up crazy laws. The rest of the time, it's just do the fuck what you like, loot the place, because as long as you're not tying up an elephant, you're free to do as you please. Getting a fish drunk in Ohio could get you in trouble, as will undressing in front of a portrait of a man if you're a woman. Don't let your chicken cross the road in Quitman, Georgia. It's against the law. I should have highlighted some of these. In Massachusetts, you may not drive with a gorilla in the back seat. Never try to sell your eyeballs in Texas. I sold some eyeballs to somebody in Texas once. That's another story. But they were fake eyeballs. They were like remember the ones that you use? Medical eyeballs. You know, like when somebody's got a glass eye and they have those eyes and they get one that matches theirs, that fits their eye socket. It's all sort of different weird shapes and sizes, but they're really weird and they look like eyes. And they actually used to use them in dolls' eyes. If you look at the dolls in the horror films and stuff like that, they've always got eyes that are like humans, haven't they? And they're like fucking so freaky. Oh, the normal dolls from the 50s or earlier, they're freaky anyway. Forget the horror films. It's because they use eyes that are from this same company that used to make these fake eyes for humans, and they used to make them for the dolls as well. So there you go, you learn something. But I sold them to a woman in Texas. So that was an illegal move. I'm sorry, love. I think she was in Texas anyway. She was in America, but yeah, it was all right. They're collectible, funnily enough. But I just don't ask me why I had them. I mean, I dabble in a bit of collectibles and stuff like that, so I happened to come by them and I sold them to a weirdo in America. So don't blame me if they turn up in some kind of weird witchcraft situation. You know, a load of fucking real eyes taken out and with the fake doll's eyes pushed in the head instead. And they'll be like, where did we get these from? Let's check it all the way back. Trail's gone now, it was years ago. Right, anyway, I'm not going to do any more with those, but you get the fact, you get the thing. America's got a load of weird laws. They've got a load of fucking real laws that are meant to be sensible, let alone fuck them ones. Justin Bieber's got rid of his moustache. You must have heard me slagging it off, saying it was a shit moustache. It's gone already. That's the power of my voice. Sent it out there into the atmosphere. And he went around and he's gone, what? My moustache is shit. Yes, your moustache is shit. That's a funny Brummie accent telling me that, isn't it? I'll wake up in a minute and I'm going to shave it off. I spoke to him in his sleep. He called it Mustachio. He'd even named it, so he must have been heartbroken to let it go after he's personalised it and given it a name. He weren't up to much, let's face it. He said he's going to come back. He shaved it off for now. I think he thought it was hurting his album sales. He shaved it off for now and he said he's going to come back in the future. Yeah, well, you need to put a couple of years on yourself first and then the moustache might look right. Otherwise you just look like fucking Super Mario. That would have made a good porno film. He could have been in it as like, you know, a fucking young Mustachio Mario man. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I was talking earlier about Sonic the Hedgehog porno movie. Super Mario could be tag teaming on, or it could be Justin Bieber and there's that Ron Jeremy, the one who used to be in all the porn films. He looks like Super Mario for real. So there you go. And also Tame Impala are keeping Justin Bieber off the top spot of the album in the album charts. Tame Impala, something's happened with the screen. Keep it up, Tame Impala. Tame Impala deserve to be there. Justin Bieber does not deserve to be there. Sorry, he doesn't deserve to be in the number one album. No way, Jose. And I've not even listened to it, and I can safely say that. I've not even listened to the Tame Impala one, but I know for sure that that's going to be a great album. I keep meaning to fucking to have a listen, so maybe I'll do it after this podcast. But I nearly went and seen them once. But I went up to the ticket tower, didn't have a ticket, the place had sold out, and I went up to the ticket tower and he was asking triple money, so I thought, fuck it, I ain't bothering. It was in, where was that, Brixton. So, yeah, had to give it a miss, but Tame Impala, what's their album called? The Slow Rush. Check it out, you heard it here first. It's going to be number one, before Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber's not going to be number one. That's its sole purpose. If it never sells any more records after keeping Justin Bieber off the top, and his moustache off his top lip, that's all we need. A globe-trotting surfer and musician has been convicted. This surfer, right? First of all, let me just say what she's been doing on the social media. This is people get into trouble with their social media, and rightly so. She's a rock chick. She's in a band playing at Glastonbury. She's played Isle of Wight Festival, Gothenburg, Sweden, Melbourne, Australia, Kingston on Thames. She's under a band name October. She's also a rock chick, a surf girl, and she's been surfing the waves in Australia, Bells Beach. So she's been getting around, and she said she had a wicked 4 hour surf. Anyway, the point is, she's been convicted of benefit fraud after claiming 13 grand benefits, saying that she's so disabled she can't dress herself or wash herself, and can't get out of bed, and has to be turned in bed, and a dog has to fetch her slippers and stuff for her and stuff like that. And that is like two totally opposite. If you're gonna if you're gonna fucking fiddle the benefit, at least be closely aligned with it slightly. You know what I mean? I mean, elaborate on your what you've already got problem, but you can't fucking be Super Surfer and then claiming you fucking have to be rolled in bed. That's just like, you deserve to get caught. You deserve to get caught and be fucking named and shamed like you just have. I haven't mentioned your name, I'll leave that one out. Rock chick, anyway. I mean, it's embarrassing, isn't it, when all your friends go, That's what I'll tell you what. That's one of her friends fucking grassing her up as well. That is her like that. She's taking the piss. She's claiming benefits and everything, and she's fucking surfing, and I can't afford even. I'm on a £9.50 sun holiday. Fuck her. I'm not having watching her pop up on my Facebook page, fucking barreling waves in Australia. Why, I'm having a fucking kebab in Devon. No, thank you. Secret call, dobber in. Can't trust people. Can't trust people with that bullshit. If you're fiddling the benefits, they always grass you up. On the council estate, there was always grassing people up for benefit fraud. There's people in the pub with fucking benefit fraud, you know. I'm saying some of them are brazen. They'd get like fucking queue up in the dole office covered in paint. It's clear like it was just I've just been painting my garage, mate. What we're doing? Oh yeah. Getting there. Andrew Weatherall has died. He's 56. What did he die of? A pulmonary embolism. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it was something to do with the blood clot. But it's a shame. It was. He's been around for years, isn't he? And he was part of the same producer of one of my favourite albums, the Screamadelica, Primal Scream, Screamadelica. So sad times. He'll be celebrated everywhere anyway. But that album, fucking, is cemented himself in history with that. And I always remember one of the songs off it, Loaded. We used to it was when I first started going to the acid house raves, and that was used to play in there, and I was fucking out of my brains. And that was, I remember one time having a fucking bad experience, but that kind of chilled me out a little bit because all the lights and everything was going crazy, and I think I'd gone a little bit too far. But it was, that tune was just the bollocks, and we was always playing it. It was a big hit, the late 80s, fucking 90s, wasn't it? I think not 89 or 90, but fucking, yeah, it was one of my favourite tunes, and the rest of the album was as well. So I'll be fucking, celebrating him and that album once or many more times to come in the future. So, yeah, sad times. Everybody's gonna fucking, but it's out of the blue, that one, wasn't it? So, fucking, you know, 1 minute you're fucking alive and kicking, next thing it pop to the hospital for something or other, and you could be off to play DJ in the sky. But you know, we've all got to do it one day. NASA wants to build a nuclear-powered spaceship to meet aliens in the so-called Goldilocks zone. I always get tripped out when I was watching that Brian Cox the other day. Absolutely amazed by it, but still none the wiser. I mean, he was talking about some crazy things like. Something was 25,000 or 25 million miles away. It was just numbers that you can't comprehend. And the sun was 150 million miles away. The sun is so far away that you're seeing the sun in the past because it took that long for the image to reach us or something or other along those lines. But anyway, we're talking about going and meeting them in the Goldilocks zone, but it would take 70,000 years to get there. So. They're on about setting something off now. Or the Helios probe is the fastest spacecraft that they've sent out so far, and that was 155,000 miles per hour. So that would still take 18,000 years to get there. So you'd have to send something off now and just hope that people in 18,000 years will be you'd pass the baton through the generations, and hopefully somebody will pick up and see, and when he gets there they go, yeah, there's nobody here, mate. Right, we're going to head back. See you soon. See you in 18,000 years. Or you just wait for the aliens to come to us. They'll be fucking, they're here. They're popping back and forth all the time. One day they'll. It's funny because if you think about it, we're fucking doing our damnedest to find them. And when we find them, what are we going to do then? We're doing our damnedest to find them, but there's a lot of belief that they're here, and that with all the UFO sightings or whatever, that they're covering up real sightings anyway. So it's fucking weird because we're covering up what are real sightings or real alien encounters, but we're fucking spending trillions of pounds, 25 trillion, and going to go 25 trillion miles away, 4.37 light years, to look for aliens that we're going to cover up if we do find them. Because we don't want to tell the public, because there'll be mass panic. And you couldn't tell the public because we're all fucking nuts down here. And we just start Be like that scene on Airplane, you know, like when the fucking everyone starts going crazy and the tits go across the screen and fucking everyone starts ripping their hair out and taking their clothes off for random when they think the plane's going to crash. It'd be like that on Earth if somebody said there was aliens landing for real. They couldn't handle it, all the fucking dumbasses down there. I could. I'd be fucking first man out there going like, I've got a lot in common with you. I don't fucking belong here myself, I don't think. Maybe you dropped me down here once upon a time and fucking said you'd come back for me. I've been trying to phone home for a long time. I'm stuck down here with a bunch of arseholes. And I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the fucking politicians and all the fucking scumbags that are destroying the place. Anyway, so there we go. We could be heading there. That's why we need light years. Not light years, we need warp speed. Check back into Star Trek, look back over those episodes, see how warp speed was created, or just make it up, pretend that you've been there and do like one of those NASA fake situations. You know what they say, that the conspiracy theories, let's start one of them off. Right, okay, wrapping up then. So where am I going? Millions of Britons suffer insomnia brought on by worrying about mounting housework, a study claims. 1 in 3 toss and turn as they think about chores they still have to do, such as organising the fridge, packing lunches and putting shoes away. I mean, that's just like... the fucking funny thing was when Alan Partridge, when he couldn't relax one time, because he was trying to relax on the bed and he jumped off the bed, had to shut a drawer, straighten a pair of shoes, and then do something else over here, and then before he could relax because these things were bothering him. It's like that, I suppose. But if your house is a shit tip, I don't think them people give a flying fuck one way or the other. Or if you do, then you're in a perpetual stress mode, aren't you? Because nobody likes doing housework. It's the fucking worst in the world. But I think you just got to try and... You just got to do it without... Just grab the bottle and go for it, haven't you? But it's fucking... Or put the music on. That's the only way I can get around it. But it's no kind of fun. I know that. And I'm certainly not the fucking best at it. But it's got to be better than living in shit. I mean, fucking... I'm sure I've been in a house once where somebody propped the door open with a fucking dog shit. So... I shouldn't have been in that house. I think I was there for fucking about 5 minutes, let's put it that way. I was in and out. I might have been fucking getting some weed or something, fuck knows. Can't remember now, but that situation sticks in my mind for some reason. I don't know where I've got it from. But yeah, keep your place clean and you'll sleep well, apparently, according to this. Or at least the burglars will be able to find everything a little bit easier when everything's got its place. When things are upside down, that's one good thing of having an upside down house is fucking nobody. If you can't find anything, no one's going to break in and find fuck all. That's for sure. So in a way, everything has got its silver lining, so to say. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Oh, Tyson Fury's fighting called Deontay Wilder a one-trick pony, saying he has really. He's had his best, and his best didn't beat him. So I reckon Tyson Fury's going to wipe the floor with him on Saturday. And I was surprised as anybody because I thought I've never watched Tyson Fury fight, and I've sort of saw bits of him, and I thought he looked clumsy because he's so big. I thought he was like a clumsy fighter, even though he kept winning. But fucking, it was a masterclass against Deontay. Well, it was the best against the best. So I have to eat my words with that, and I think he's going to do him very easily. If he shows those skills, it's 100%, and it's great because it's Brits. It's a British fighter fighting an American fucking big mouth. He's a good fighter, but he just reminds me of that Clubber Lang on. And I like American fighters. Don't get me wrong, but it's always good to shut up somebody with a big mouth. I like somebody who's humble, like fucking Tyson. Didn't used to say a lot. Well, he said. When he used to go in the ring, he'd just keep quiet, wouldn't he? And just like fucking, wouldn't even look him in the eye. He just knew I was going to beat the shit out of you. It's already written in the stars. I've just been rolling on my neck in the fucking changing rooms, and nobody can do that. I know I can fucking wipe the floor with you. So yeah, Well, it's his namesake, Tyson Fury. So anyway, I won't be paying for it. I'll be watching it the next day some way or another, or I'll be listening it through it on the Jungle Drums. Right, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. See you again tomorrow. Bye.